Hi, Philip Hatfield. So glad you could join us today. We're going to talk about a different topic today, and it's called stress. One of the topics that no one wants to talk about, yet it's very real. And what is stress? Stress is nothing more than your body's reaction to an event, to a situation, or to a circumstance. Things that happen that are beyond your control. But you know what? Our body reacts to those things, and we have to train our body in how to respond to those situations. I'm sorry, my phone's ringing. Not that phone. Hold on just for a minute. Hello, it's Philip. Oh, Tom. It's your boss. Oh, yeah, we're getting ready right now. Oh, yes, we'll do stress management class in just a little bit. Oh, he's going to do great. Oh, don't worry about her. Yes, we'll cover that. Yes, we'll cover that. Oh, no worries. Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what, Tom. Can I call you back in about 3 minutes? Yeah, let me handle what I'm doing right now. Go get you a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. And I'll tell you what, go to YouTube. Turn you something on there. Yeah. Listen to something good, something that's really funny. And listen, I'll call you back in 3 minutes. Oh, you want to hold? Okay. I'll be back in 3 minutes, okay? Talk to you a little bit. Wow. Talk about a stressful situation. Now that was stress. Here I am talking to you, and your boss calls. Well, stress comes in many forms, doesn't it? That's just one of those situations that just happens to happen while you're preparing for one thing and someone else is worried about something else. And that's usually what stress really is. It's other people bringing things into our lives. However, we need all those other people. They're very precious in what they do. But realizing that stress is nothing more than an emotion, it's when the adrenaline in your body starts pumping, gets you excited, and naturally it puts us in a protective mode, a defensive mode. When really we have to learn a new discipline of not to be defensive, but pretty well how to start responding to situations. And I know you've heard that react and respond for many, many years, but let me put it in another perspective for you. 3 or 4 years ago, I was in a very, very, very bad accident. I was in a hospital for a long time. Almost died for about 7 times in the first 10 days. But I made it. Let me ask you a question. Do you think the doctors and nurses wanted me to respond to the medication or to react to the medication? If I'm responding to this medication, we're getting better. We're moving forward. We're coming out of the coma. We're getting better. We're healing. If we're reacting, it could be a life and death situation, right? Well, it's the same in those stressful situations. We can take situations, and just by how we choose to react or respond, they can become some very, very, very tough situations. We can make them so much worse. Sometimes we just need to look at why we have a lot of stresses we do have. A lot of them are self-imposed. A lot of times it's because our professional or our personal priorities are out of balance. We need to go through a proper goal-setting process on how to set those priorities. Or maybe you have those set, but you just didn't start the day off right. Maybe you didn't do your quiet time or your devotional this morning. Maybe you didn't have your time of self. Or maybe you just didn't have your self-talk. Yeah, self-talk. Very important. We all talk to ourselves. Don't tell me you don't talk to yourself. We all talk to ourselves. Matter of fact, we even talk. Let me tell you, I was talking to the guy 3 cars ahead of me a couple of days ago, and he couldn't hear a word I was saying. But we're always talking to ourselves, and we're talking to people in the other cars, other places. But learning that self-talk to start building yourself up. Work on your own self-confidence. Look at the things you're grateful for, not the worries of what I don't want to do today. You know, there's many types of stresses, and first thing that we've got to do, look at those stuff, is to be aware of our personal limitations. We have personal limitations and we have professional limitations. Sometimes we're handling something in a professional setting that's not in our skill set. Doesn't mean it can't be in our skill set. We can get it there, but it's a discipline of learning how to do that. But make sure to work in systems that are in your parameter. Another thing for stress is you may be working in a call center or a customer service department. Boy, you talk about sometimes some tough situations. Most people only call them when there's a problem. Now, I'm one of those guys that call to tell you, hey, you did a great job, but you don't get very many of those calls, I know. But getting yourself ready for that call, you may have to do just like I told Tom a minute ago. Take a minute. Go ahead and look at something that's really good on YouTube. Look at something that's humorous and something funny. Put something good into your mind. But here's another technique you can use. Take a deep breath. Do this with me. Ready? Let's take a deep breath. You feel that? Here I was talking 90 miles an hour, just taking a deep breath, relaxes the body, relaxes the mind, sets things at ease, gives you another perspective. You can think a little more clearly. Those are things, just simple little techniques, and there's so many things that we can do. But another thing is noticing that when we focus on our strengths and we focus on our own capabilities of what we can do in those situations and continue to work on our strengths and hone those skills, realize that our self-confidence is really so paramount important, because we can't calm other people down when we're not calm ourselves. And we have to have the self-confidence. We have to work on the skills and our people skills and communication to deal with other people. It's really not a hard process at all, but it is a learned process and it is a discipline. And learn to manage our stress effectively. We can all do that. Now let's go live stress-free and worry-free lives. Okay, now I got to get back to the call. You remember I told him that I'd call him back in 3 minutes? Now that's very important. Now if I called him back in 3 minutes, I've earned his respect. Plus I've given him time to calm down just a little bit. So I asked him to go and listen to something humorous, didn't I? So give him time to sit there and adjust his mind, breathe deeply, and get a cup of coffee. But the most important thing is make sure you get back to that client when you told him you'd get back to him. Now, go have a wonderful day. Hey Tom, I'm back. Yeah, it's going to be a great day.